Oops. We died. I'm gonna come back to get my stuff and we'll get started with the this episode. And welcome back, folks, to another episode of Praitaq Feeds the Beast. Excuse me. Today we're gonna go ahead and get started with some more infrastructure. Originally I was planning on setting up our IC2 machinery and things like that, which we will get to probably later on in the episode, but we're gonna take a slight detour and I want to get started with some of the forestry stuff. Specifically, I want to get a tree farm going, and I also want to get a rubber tree farm going. So I've gone ahead and gathered a lot of materials. I did a lot of mining, as you can see here. Got a whole bunch of everything. So got some more stuff down here. I ended up with another 30 levels, so I was able to make another pick, and I actually got a good pick, which is awesome. You see here we got some more stuff that we're gonna go ahead and make. But anyway, the first thing I want to do is go ahead and I want to upgrade our engines. Now, right now we've got those Forestry engines, and you may notice I've changed this configuration around a little bit. And these are working okay, but they only put out 1 megajoule per tick. Oh, excuse me again. And I want to go ahead and upgrade these to these magmatic engines. And basically these actually still take in lava and output at 4 megajoules per tick. The main reason I want to do this is we're going to be running a lot more machinery, so we're going to need the extra power. So we're going to need some gears, and these have to be tin. Now you'll notice here that the recipe for the engine is exactly the same, except being instead of using cobblestone, we use tin for the top and tin gears. So we've got that. Put this over here. Okay. So let's get these made. Oops, let's start with these. And just like before, we surround it with cobblestone to get our 8 cobblestone gears. Then we surround that with tin, whoops, to get our tin gears. Bada bing. Excuse me again. So then we just follow the standard engine recipe here. Bada, oh, wait a second. Something is wrong here. What did I? Oh, that's right. Redstone transmission coils. Whoops. So the recipe I just showed you using glass was for the come on, use your words, Eric. Is for the electrical engine from Forestry, which we'll use later on, but we want to make these first. So it's redstone, silver, redstone. We get our transmission coils. We got 4 of them. Tin gears, tin at the top, and then pistons. There we go, magmatic engines. So we need 4 of those. Okay. Now we get our lava buckets. We can go ahead and pull the, oops. Let's see if we got that. Yep, we got all 4, good. Let's put that back. Okay. So we need to change the orientation. It means we need our wrench back. There's my wrench. Bada bing. Let's get those. Oops. There we go. Now it's in its proper orientation. Well, let's go ahead and get some lava in there. And notice here we've got, I don't know what the consumption rate is, we'll have to figure that out, but we've got an internal storage of 4,000 I believe it's millibuckets, which is just 4 buckets. So let's get this filled. There's a small lava lake over here that I've actually been draining. We'll go fill up the rest of these engines, then we can go ahead and make the rest of the machines, and I'll come back once I've got that complete. And we're back. So I went ahead and got all these filled up. Now you notice that the redstone control is set to enabled and low, so that's why these switches here are in their on position. Alright, so next we need to build our machines, and for forestry we're going to be building 2 types of machines in particular. One is called a Thermionic Fabricator, and the second one is a carpenter. Now these machines are actually required to make the parts to make the arboretum, which is the tree farm, and the loggers, which actually harvest stuff from those tree farms. Um, so to make those, and this is all stuff that'll come later on. Come over here. First, you need to make sturdy casings. So we take bronze. I see here, and this is bronze as well. Take 8 bronze on the outside, just as if you're making a machine casing for the IC2 stuff, or the machine block. My apologies. And we'll make 2 sturdy casings. Excuse me. So we'll take our first one, and the first one we're going to make is our carpenter. We need the carpenter to make the circuit boards that are used later on. So we got that. And the Thermionic Fabricator, which is what we're making next, is used to make the electron tubes, amongst a whole host of other things. But those are the 2 things we're really concerned about. Now, both of these machines require power. In particular, they require Buildcraft power, so we're just going to go ahead and slap them right here. I'm going to shut off the input here. Doesn't matter, it shouldn't pull in, but you understand. So you notice here in our carpenter, this is what we'll be making. This is its internal storage. Notice here it says no recipe, and sometimes it requires other materials as well. And you can actually set it to different access rules as well. The Thermionic Fabricator requires glass. The same thing, the recipe goes here, its internal storage is here, and the output comes out on this side. So, that. And what is next? I guess next we should probably get started on our IC2 stuff, and then I can also show you how this all works. So I'm going to do a little bit more prep work, and I will see you all in a bit. Alright folks, and we're back. So we're going to go ahead and get these machines prepped. So we're in the Thermionic Fabricator now, and we need to supply it glass, which goes here. You notice we get this little yellow bar. This yellow bar here is our minimum level of heat. The Thermionic Fabricator needs to develop a certain amount of heat, and when it reaches that threshold we can start crafting it, and it will store it, and that's what this bar is here. So what we're going to be making today, we're going to make a couple of things. So the first one is going to be gold electron tubes, and then the one after that is going to be diamond. So you notice we're not getting anything on this side yet, and that's because we haven't powered this yet, which we're going to do here in just a moment. Actually, let's go ahead and do it now. So let's get these engines going. Let's see here, how are these doing? They seem to do alright. And you notice here we're starting to store power. And now for the carpenter, let's get it set up. We need to first fill it with water. It's gonna, yeah, okay. It's here, right? No, it is here. Yeah, so you just fill it with water. Sorry, it's been a while since I've used one of these. Alright, so we got that. Bada bing. And in this, we're actually going to make our circuit boards. You notice here, once it started, it had everything. It started progressing and making our circuit boards. And it will continue doing so until it either runs out of materials, runs out of water, etc. So you notice here the heat level is rising. We have liquid glass, so we're going to go ahead and we can pull out one. You notice the glass refills. Hit the second time, we have our electron tubes. Now we need to make diamond. It's a lot of diamonds, but it's for a good cause. So same thing, we'll pull 2 of those out. Bada bing. This is going to start storing power. Let's see how these are doing. Not using a lot. So let's go ahead and check here. We need to pull up our circuit boards, and you'll notice these don't stack. So basically it can hold one here and then one here in the preparation slot. So we've got our 4 small circuit boards. We've got our electron tubes, and we can actually go ahead and shut these engines down for right now because we're not using the power here. And this is actually got a full charge. Now this will dissipate, but occasionally if we come and turn it on, we can get the power back. So anyway, we're going to come over here, and we're going to be making a couple of different machines. So we need to grab this glass here. We need these here. This glass. And you guessed it, bronze. Obviously this bronze is going to be to make more machine casings. So we've got everything we need now to build 2 arboretums, which is the thing that actually plants trees, and 2 loggers, which is what harvests the trees. And then the other thing, and I'm guessing you figured it out because these are tree taps, is an automated tree tap that actually will gather resin from the rubber trees and drop it on the ground as if you would have done it yourself, and then the logger picks them all up and it can all get piped different ways. It's highly effective. So first thing we're going to do is make our casings, right? Yeah, we need 5 of those. Bada bing. And next we're going to make our different machines. So we start with that. Oh, and you'll notice here we did forget something, so all this is going to pop out. Whoops. We forgot our small circuit boards. Haha. So come back over here. This is again why this comes in handy. And this is something I'm going to show you here in a minute. So small circuit board. Alright. Yeah. I had to remember that for a sec. And then we put our casings in the center. Cool. We got our 2 loggers. Oh, and you know what? I think I may have forgotten. I might need 1 more of these. But we'll check that in a minute. And then the next one uses the gold tubes. Then we can keep these in reserve. Oops. And these are our arboretums. Awesome. And last but not least is going to be our automated tree tap. Now if I remember right, it's these in the corners, glass, and that. Cool, alright. So we've got the arboretum, tree tap, and 2 loggers. Alright, so I'm just going to dump these in here for the moment. And you shut all this off, right? Yeah. So you'll notice here that this actually did lose the heat, and we lost our liquid glass. So it's one of those things. I try and keep them hot, but we really can't do that right now because we'll explode pipes behind this. Okay, so next thing I need to do is clear out an area so we can set these up. Now these all actually require buildcraft power, so I'm going to go ahead and make a couple more magmatic engines and some more buildcraft pipes. That way we can get all these hooked up and we can get our tree farm going. And like I said, I'm also going to clear out an area to put the tree farms in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. That way you guys don't have to watch the boringness that is mining nothing but cobblestone for a while. And I will come back when we're ready to actually set these up, and I'll walk you through everything. Alright, see you in a bit. Oh, and actually the thing I wanted to show you here, this is one of the additions that was made by the Portal Gun mod, Longfall boots. For anybody who's played Portal, you know that the main character actually has a pair of these and it prevents all fall damage. Well, guess what? It does the same thing here. I just like wearing them. Now, of course, you don't really get an armor bonus, but hey, it's a nice trade-off for not having to have any fall damage. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to digging, and I will see you all in a bit. Alright, we're back. I went ahead and dug out this huge area here where we're going to place our 2 tree farms. These are 13 by 13 by 10 tall, and that 10 is actually from here, so I make mine 11 tall because I just wanted to sink them into the ground by 1 block. When we go ahead and place everything, we're going to place our arboretum here in the center. We'll fill it with the necessary hummus and tree saplings, and what it'll then do is it'll go ahead and then construct the outer ring here of hummus and begin planting the trees. We're going to be setting up one for just regular trees that we can use for wood, and then the other side here is going to be used for rubber. What I've gone ahead and done is I've made more of those conductive pipes that we made last time around. I've made 4 more magmatic engines. I've got our first sets of lava that we'll place in here. We've got the arboretums, logger, and tree tap that we made last time. We've also got the saplings and a few other things. So the first thing I want to do is come back here, and we're going to make hummus. Now hummus is basically the dirt that's necessary for the farms. Let me get this stuff out of the way. We'll go ahead and grab the rest of this dirt. And actually I can just do this now that I think about it. So to make hummus, the first thing we do is we take 16 sand, 2 sets of 8, put them like this, and we take the apatite and it goes in the middle. You notice that's going to make 8 fertilizer. So we're going to go ahead and make a stack of fertilizer. We'll then take that fertilizer, place it in the center, and surround it with dirt. And there we go. And you'll notice that this is going to make 8 hummus. So we actually just made 8 stacks of hummus, which is enough to fill 2 of the arboretums. For right now, we're going to have to manually feed this stuff in. Eventually, what I'll do is we'll set up something so it'll be completely automatic. I mean, that way all we got to do is dump it into a chest, and you know, we're good from there. And I mean, the other thing we could also do is we could just set up an automated crafting table. Well, actually, we would need 2, but we could make the hummus just that way. Just dump in the raw materials, and then it could make it, put it into the tree farms, and then literally all we have to do is gather materials. So, but that'll come later on. So for now, let's go ahead and grab our loggers, our arboretum, and our tree tap. I also want to go ahead and grab the gold conductive pipe, the wooden conductive pipe, and those magmatic engines. And then the other thing we're going to need here are these, which are going to make a couple of different other types of pipe, but we'll get to those next. So when we go to place our arboretums, we're going to go ahead and place them right in the center here. And then that's right in the center of the 13 by 13 area, and right on the very bottom. So we're going to place 1 on each side, since we're doing 2. And I just realized this torch is off. A little bit OCD. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So the arboretum itself actually ignores this from here down to here and around, which is actually the 9 by 9 area in the center, which is great because what this allows us to do is to set up any automation and anything like that. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is get a logger, and what I like to do is place a block in between, and then I place, no, I'm sorry, this is not right. Okay. What we'll go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and put the logger right on top. So we'll do that on both sides. And basically what this, like I said, the logger is what actually harvests, and then the arboretum is what places everything. So when this harvests, sorry, I can't speak today, saplings, it'll actually go ahead and just place them right in the arboretum, and no big deal. So we can go ahead and put our hummus in these to start. Do this on both sides. Bada bing. Okay, cool beans. Now, up until this point, these have been pretty much exactly the same. The only difference is now is that we're going to go ahead and set up the tree tap. And the tree tap here, what I like to go ahead and do is just place it right on top. So basically it's arboretum, the logger, and then the tree tap. Okay, so we've got that. Next, we're going to go ahead and place our pipes. Doesn't matter what side you place them on. I'm just going to place them right here. And just because of the way I like to do things, go ahead and do this with it. Come across. Alright, so am I doing this the way I want? Actually, you know what? Slight change of plans. We're going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to pick these up. Got that cobblestone. Let's do it like this. So bring it out 2. We'll then have our 3 conductive pipes, and then 3 magmatic engines. And I believe, yeah, I'm going to need my wrench, which I forgot over here. This is what I get for not being organized. Where did my wrench go? It's not in my inventory. Oh, there it is. I'm a little bit blind today. We'll go ahead and just orient these, oops, in the proper direction. Grab some redstone. Oops, let's just do it like this. And then that'll actually power all of these. And same thing, I'm just going to switch these to high. There we go. So now these will pump in and then power all 3 machines. Cool. So this side is going to be our rubber tree side, and then the other side here is going to be our regular side. So let's go ahead and do the same thing here. All we're going to do is just copy the design. The only difference being is we're only placing 2 on this side. Whoops. So 1, 2. Get that gold conductive pipe. There we go. And then, oops, I'm sorry, I'm only doing 1 on this side. I was really originally going to do 5. However, the from the Buildcraft wiki, I don't believe the actual power consumption's changed. These actually each only require about 1 megajoule per tick. So that's why we only need 1 magmatic engine to run it, because magmatic engines actually output 4. The reason I'm using 3 here is because the tree tap is supposed to use 9 or more. So I figured it'd be best to have a little bit more power on that side. So let's go ahead and same thing. Let's set this to high. Place down our lever. And now we need to fill these up. So let's grab lava buckets, these saplings. Alright, so this side is going to be our oak sapling side. Let's go ahead and get this in. And 3 and 4. Okay. Come to the other side. And let me go. I'm going to leave you here for a minute. I'm going to finish filling these up. And then we'll finish up the piping that we need to put on these to make them semi-automated. And we'll turn them on. Alright, see you in a bit. Alrighty. So I went ahead and constructed some stone transport pipes and some diamond transport pipes. These are constructed the same way as the other pipes were. It would basically be in your crafting grid. Let me just go back. It would be glass in the center, then stone on the outside, or diamond on the outside to make either of these. Alright, so let's come back over here. So, the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is put a diamond pipe in, and then a stone pipe right below that. Oops. And you'll notice that on the diamond pipe we're getting these colors. Okay, and I'll show you what those mean here. So if you right click on it, you'll notice we have corresponding colors here in these filters. What this is going to allow us to do is actually, excuse me, set up the direction in which everything goes. Alright, so the only other thing I actually need, and I didn't put one in there, let's come back here. I can't wait to build my storage area. We can get all this organized. Alright, there we go. So what we're going to want is we want all of the saplings to come down and go right back in. The only reason I do this is just in case some don't go all the way through. This will definitely make sure they cycle in. Oak sapling in the black. Okay, you notice now that it doesn't actually require the item to stay in the filter, which is really nice. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is just have another pipe come off the side here, and I'm going to place a chest. And what is that? That's blue. So in blue, I want to put the oak wood log. So we've got that and that taken care of. And then finally, just because I like to separate things out, put another chest. And we'll come out, and this is going to be green. And on the green side here, oops, we're going to put the sand. Because what actually happens, oops, no, that's wrong. Sand doesn't come out of the harvester. Yeah, but actually it will pump out this way. Never mind. Put sand. So basically, saplings should go down and in, sand should come out and come this way, and all the wood should end up in this chest here. Okay. Then we're going to come to the other side, and on this one, same thing. We're going to do a diamond transport pipe. We're going to do a pipe going down, pipe coming off to this side, and then another pipe coming this side. Alright. And eventually, we may end up doing red power pipes with this. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. So anyway, we're going to do the same thing here. It's black down, red, and yellow. So on the black side, we want our rubber tree saplings. And then on the yellow side, we want sand. And on the red side, we want rubber wood and sticky resin. Okay, so that should take care of all that. I'm going to go ahead and put this rubber tree sapling right back in here. Just for a second. And I'll go ahead and put the other sapling back in here. So, all going well. We can go ahead and turn these on now. And once they start developing a bit of a charge, they should start laying down our hummus. At which point, once the hummus ring is complete, they should start planting trees, and we'll hopefully have these running. Alright, I'm going to let these run, and as soon as they start planting, I will come back. Alright, so you'll see here, it's placing the hummus and building and planting trees. One thing I did notice, I was doing a little bit of testing because it was taking so long. It doesn't appear to want to actually output directly into a diamond pipe. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is rearrange some of the piping real quick. Let's go ahead and break this chest. Let's break this chest as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to come out the top. And then we're going to go ahead and... Shoot, I need to get up there. I need some cobblestone. And we'll come up here. Put a diamond pipe right up top. We'll come out the side here. And back down. Come out this side, come out this side. So what we're going to want to do is grab that sand. So here we're going to want blue to be oak saplings, yellow to be sand, and red to be our oak wood. And then I'm also going to place an oak wood sapling along with that. That way it kind of gets split between them. So this one is going. Alright. Yes, as you can see here, it's placed a bunch of hummus. And basically what happens is every time a tree grows, it uses up the hummus and makes sand. The sand is then pulled into here when it's harvested. So that one's going. Alright, and this one has decided to go as well. So while that's going, we'll go ahead and change up this piping. And what we can actually do here is place one of these, place one of them. Alright. This here. Come outside the stone pipe. Alright. We're gonna be short. Alright, so done some more testing, things like that, and realized I have made a grave error. So Arboretum requires a 13 by 13 by 10 area, yes. However, the trees on this outside ring will not grow with a wall right up next to them. I didn't know why I didn't think about that. So what we're going to go ahead and do is bring this wall back on all sides by 2 blocks. And we'll bring it all the way up. And then that should help increase our grow rate a little bit. And there's a few other things we can do. Once we get some more diamonds, we can build what's called a forester and make catalyst, which we can then place here, which will make the trees grow faster, which we may do in the future. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it like this. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is cut these back by 2, and that's going to be on all sides. And that should help this grow. I may actually go out and try and find some more rubber trees too, so we can get more rubber tree saplings, which will help us out on this side. So anyway, I will see y'all in a little bit. Well, folks, this is what happens when you screw up. You know, I was digging this all out, as you can tell, and I didn't light up the area up top, thinking, oh, I'll be alright as I dig, you know, I'll dig it out fast enough. Yeah, well, creeper. So, I lost the Arboretum, so I'm going to have to rebuild that. I do have the logger, though. So, yep. Anyway, I'm going to finish digging this out. I'm going to remake the Arboretum and get us back up and rolling. So I'll see y'all later on. Okay, got it fixed, folks. I'm going to let this run, and I think that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode, we're going to go ahead and get our IC machinery going. Maybe clean up the base a bit. Maybe we'll make a trip to the nether. Who knows. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.